Hi everyone, welcome to my very first vlog on my YouTube channel. Now, I'm not a vlogger, so don't expect too many vlogs from me. I'm just here to tell you how my day looks like as a journalist working at Mirror now. Mostly my students would tell me how your day looks like as a journalist, what do you do throughout the day in the office. It's not that interesting, but I thought I'll make a vlog because why not, right? So anyway, so this is me. Now I'm ready to go to the office. This is my bag, my laptop bag, my office bag, and I'm waiting for the company cab, which usually takes a lot of time. So we have a lot of issues with the fleet people, but they are nice, so we don't really argue with them much. But yeah, so I'm ready. It's 5:40 now, and I have to leave as soon as the cab arrives. I don't know when they'll come, but let's wait for them. This is me. I am already dressed up. I wore a traditional Lucknowi dress. My day normally starts at 5 in the morning. I get up for Fajr. After my prayer, I get ready. So yeah, now I'm gonna get the call for the cab, and I'm going to be on my way to the office, and then I'll tell you how my day looks like from there. So yeah, let's go. So while I wait for the cab, or while I'm in the cab on my way, I would just scroll through the day's news and top headlines. My top 3 apps would be In Shots, Indian Express, Google News, etc. Finally, the cab has arrived, and I am heading out of my house and towards the cab, which is waiting for me downstairs. Let me close the door. So yeah, it's quite hard to record a video and do whatever you're doing. I don't know how vloggers do it and how they do this every day. It's so tough. Like, it took me 9 to 10 months to just edit and create this one vlog. So I'm gonna just say bye to my mom. She's gonna pray for me a little bit so that my day goes well. And my shift would start at 6:30 a.m. This is the morning shift, early morning shift, which I would normally take because if I want to go to office, that is the only shift that I would have. Otherwise, I would work from home during night shifts, evening shifts. So we had afternoon shifts, mid shifts, like from 10 to 7, and then from 12 to 9. And then we had shifts from 2:30 to 11:30 in the night, which was like the last shift. But I would always work from home during these mid shifts and night shifts, because that was my clause while hiring, that I will not work from the office during evenings and late nights. So yeah, they happily agreed, or like, I don't know, not happily, I was happy, but they surprisingly agreed to it, and they gave me a lot of privileges that I was really lucky to have from such a big company like Times, where you don't really expect to get such privileges. Of course, you know what I mean. So yeah, but it was a great experience. I left Times a few months back and very recently, and it was a great experience, but my growth would have, it was limited, so I had to leave. That's the reason why I left. And but then it did help me a lot in launching my career as a journalist, and I learned a lot of things in this office that I'm about to show you. I'm very excited to show you, so please keep watching this video till the end. So yeah, it would take me about 20-25 minutes to reach to the office in the morning, because there would be no traffic at all. But while returning home, it would take me like 1 hour, because there's a lot of traffic in Bombay, of course. So yeah, so we have reached the office, and let me show you how it looks. Let's go inside. I'll tell you everything that I do throughout the day, which is not much, but it's very hectic. So this was not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be a social media copy editor. But initially, when you start your job, you do a lot of odd things that you really don't want to do, right? So I took that chance, and it did land me to some really good opportunities. I must admit that. So I'm just going to sanitize myself because COVID was still on at this time. Remember, it's February 2022 in this video. So yeah, they're going to take my temperature, and then I'm going to get in. This is how it looks, the entry. Pretty neat, it was quite a comforting office, and it was a good environment to work in, and I really liked it. The only thing was that I would be stuck to my chair for 9 hours, which is not me. I am not that kind of a person. I cannot work in that kind of a space. So of course I had to leave. So yeah, this was my desk. Later on, my desk also changed. But yeah, it was fun while it lasted. That's me. I'm going to just set the camera aside. Again, vlogging is not easy. I don't know how to do it. I'm just doing something. I'm going to grab a chair, because always someone's chair is missing every day in the office. I don't know why that used to happen, but yeah. I'm going to set up my laptop. I'm going to set up all my things while I'm here, and then begin my day. Normally, our cabs would arrive a bit early, and we are always in office 15 to 20 minutes early. But yeah, our shift would start at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, and then we had a lot of other things that would happen throughout the day, which I'll tell you soon. So I'll be setting up my mouse pad and my laptop and my headphones, the charger, everything. Everything was quite convenient in this office, all the plugs and everything. It was very professional. It was very nice. I enjoyed my time here working, even if it was just being stuck at the desk. So the shift has started, and I would normally be on Twitter. We would also handle Facebook and Instagram of Mirror now, but Twitter was the most hectic, I must say. All of us would be in a in a very bad situation when we had to sit on Twitter, because we are sitting continuously and covering news bulletins after news bulletins, which you see on television. We are simultaneously live, coverage on social media is happening for Twitter especially. Facebook and Instagram would also have their own timing and slots, but of course the rules would keep changing, because we had, like, during my time at Mirror Now, we had 3 bosses, so it was quite difficult to listen to everybody. But yeah, then the edit meet also starts. Now in the edit meeting, we would normally discuss a lot of things, what news to be covered, what we have to do. We would also pitch ideas. As youngsters, we were given the chance, because we had a very good editor-in-chief who would give us the chance to do a lot of things. So yeah, the edit meet would be in the morning and in the evening, or sorry, afternoon. But afternoon shift would handle the afternoon meeting, and the morning shift person would attend the morning meeting. Now for breakfast, of course, I used to have breakfast at 10 a.m, but sometimes at 9 a.m, sometimes at 8 a.m if I'm very hungry. And depending on if my mom has given me something, if I have packed something for myself, or sometimes I would go to the canteen and have something nice. So the canteen was also quite good. I'll show you that as well when it's time for lunch. Now I'm sitting here and just doing my work, and now it's done, so I'm going to go ahead and go for prayer. So yes, I used to pray in the office of Times Network, which is like, wow. I mean, I was also shocked. A lot of people who knew me were shocked, but that is true. Let me show you. I had a corner. I made a corner. Actually, I owned the corner. It's like everyone would just move away if I have to go and pray, like nobody can say anything, and I would take my own breaks, even if it was not really the kind of work we had. My job description didn't really allow us to have breaks, so we had to just get up on our own and get our breaks. So yeah, that is the Jai Namaz, and I've kept my shoes aside, and see, this is where I used to pray. Sometimes I used to go in the conference room, but not always, because it's not available. There are a lot of shoots and everything happening. Then it was time for lunch. I normally club my prayer and lunchtime together so that I don't waste too much of time, and it's done at the right time as well, so my body is also balanced. And here I go to the canteen. This is the ET Now side of Mirror, of the company. So Mirror Now was on that side, ET Now is on this side. A lot of green screens is what you will find in a newsroom, and then of course a lot of chaotic people also working here and there, and a lot of people screaming and shouting as well, because everyone's talking to everybody. That's why I've muted these videos, because a lot of things happen in a newsroom. It's not like a normal quiet office room, right? It's quite exciting. It's quite unusual, I would say, but yeah, it's fun. So I'm gonna have my lunch. That day I had packed something, I think from outside. We must have had dinner. It was some chicken and fried rice or something. Everyone knows I love chicken, so yeah. And there was a non-veg microwave also, so we would heat our food there. And then sometimes we used to never eat together, because if one person is on Twitter, then the other person is on some other website, and sometimes if someone has to eat, then one person has to handle all the platforms. So it was quite hectic, to be honest, and that was not the kind of work I wanted to do, because it was more of a not much of a thinking kind of a task, more of a doing, like just taking up whatever the editors are telling us. So it was not quite not much growth for me. So I'm having lunch now, and now that I'm done with my lunch, I'm going to work a little bit more. The evening shift person is here. This is Mahira, and then after doing a little bit of more work, my shift ends by 3:30. Sometimes we leave early, sometimes we leave late, but yeah, It's never on time, of course, but I have given you the time here just for you to know when my shift ends. And then I'm on my way to the train station. I had to walk like, I think, 25 minutes to reach the train station, but it was quite fun because it was a good exercise also, and I really liked it, so I didn't mind that. In COVID times we had cabs for both ways, but later on we had cabs only in the morning and for the late evening, like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock shifts in the night. So yeah, I'm sitting on the train, and this was how my day looked like at Mirror Now when I was working. It was quite hectic, but at the same time it was very fruitful. I learned so many things from that company and the people from there. But of course I had to leave it because later on I was not getting enough opportunities, to come on television, to give more content, because we were so crunched up in the work that we could not think beyond what we are doing. Some days we're happy, some days we're hectic, some days we're bad, some days we're good. Of course, every job is like that. And some days were really fun, some were not. But it was overall a great journey and a great start to my career. And I'll show you a few snippets of how my journey was and how many chances I got. And I hope to entertain you even more with my content and with my work as a journalist.
Parag Agarwal, the latest name that has been making its rounds in the world of technology and the internet. The new Indian origin techie, who was recently announced as the social media giant Twitter's the bird flu outbreak. We know that bird flu is a viral infection that spreads between birds, but it can potentially affect.
To actually take you through what really is Corbevax, I am now joined on the broadcast by my colleague Bushra, who will take you through what really constitutes Corbevax and as to why it has been, actually given a go-ahead when it comes to that emergency use authorization. Bushra, it's over to you.
Right. So Corbevax is India's first indigenously developed RBD subunit vaccine, that is a protein-based vaccine against coronavirus. Now Hyderabad-based bio.
So let me go across to my colleague Bushra, who's joining us from the Mumbai Newsroom to take us through the details on this. Yes, Bushra, over to you. This is important information we are sharing with our viewers, especially for the current and prospective home buyers.
Right, so we know that whenever there are builders involved in our lives and home buyers, as home buyers we always face trouble with builders.
Many civilians are stuck right now. Nearly 2,000 Indian nationals have found themselves stuck amid heavy shelling and bombing that is taking place in several cities. Easier said than done, but we at Mirror Now bring you an explainer on what you can do if stuck in a combat zone. Let me go across to our colleague Bushra, who is joining us live from Mumbai Newsroom. So Bushra, the information that you are going to share with our viewers is very, very crucial, given the fact that just yesterday, Indian Embassy issued an advisory to all the students out there, all the Indian nationals out there, to leave the city of Kharkiv, which is badly hit by violence. In fact, if need be, they were asked to even walk towards border. At such a scenario, it is very important to keep several factors in mind if you are moving in a combat zone. Bushra, over to you. Give us more details, please.
Absolutely right. Now, people who are stuck in this war zone, it is important for them to have a checklist to combat this, crisis situation. So we at Mirror Now want to tell our viewers a few do's and don'ts that you can, follow in order to stay safe and get out of the war zone as soon as possible. Let's talk about what you.
So that was it for my very first vlog, guys. You can let me know in the comment section below whether you liked it, where can I improve, if you want more such videos, because I do a lot of things. I take a lot of projects. I have a lot of things coming up. So if you want to know more about how my day goes and what all things I do, or some interesting vlog like that, not what I do throughout the day, sitting at home, or a weekend or whatever, because that is a different kind of a vlog and I can never make that. I don't think that's very creative from my end. I won't be able to do a good job anyway on that. But if you want to know more about my career, my professional life, my works, my projects like this, I can make more vlogs if you guys like it. So let's see how the response is on this video, and then we'll see how many more vlogs can we put on this channel. Till then, please do follow my page, The Journalist Next Door, on Instagram, and subscribe to this channel for more updates and more such interesting content. Also, I would end up by saying that this was an amazing journey, even though by the end of it, I did feel like I was not getting enough opportunities from times, and my boss, my manager was also not the best person because I had a lot of better bosses before. So I decided to quit because I was not able to grow as an individual, as a professional in my career, and I had my own goals and aims which I was not able to reach at that point. So I decided to just put down my papers and move on and then see what next opportunity life and Allah has planned for me and go ahead with it, because I'm not a person who gets attached very easily. I'm able to, let go of things and move on quickly, because everything belongs to Allah and we are supposed to reach to Him by the end of it. So whatever we do, we need to make sure that it is for our ultimate purpose. For me, my ultimate purpose is my deen, my religion, and working for the betterment of humanity and people. I believe as a journalist, I can create that impact and influence, and I really hope I succeed in doing the right thing rather than doing the thing that will get me a lot of money or fame or, a lot of things that this field provides us without losing my ethics. Because when you're in the media field, there are a lot of things that is going to attract you. There are a lot of things that I can't even speak about, that is going to be like, people would say a lot of negative things uh, about me, getting into this field. But that's not for me to prove them wrong, that's for Allah to prove them wrong. But yeah, so sharing this is like sharing a part of myself. I still feel this is quite personal that I'm sharing it out here. But I thought that since people want to know what I do as a journalist, because I am the first one in my family for generations to become a journalist, and then also in my community, let's be honest, you have never seen a hijabi journalist working in an Indian television national news channel. So yeah, this is quite big, I feel. So let me know what you do for a living, what is your profession, and how does your day look like. And yeah, I don't know how to end this video, so I'm just gonna say bye and please subscribe. Thank you for watching.